All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the fuck time it is where you are. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in to Coffee and Chaos. My name is Alicia. I'm going to be your chaotic voice of reason for the next few minutes. So go ahead and pull up a chair, grab your coffee, your tea, your gin and tonic, whatever the fuck it is you drink in the morning, afternoon, or evening when you're trying to relax. And let's chit chat a little. Because today I kind of want to get into organizing and what you guys do and what I kind of do to get myself organized. And I will tell you the first thing that I did to get organized, well, I just did a roundhouse of throwing shit away. And that was really hard for me because I'm a keepsake person, right? My mama was a keepsake person. Mama was low-key a hoarder. I ain't gonna even hold you. She kept a whole bunch of unnecessary things that I thought were unnecessary, but they were really dear to her heart. And, whenever we bought her these little trinkets and things like that with her own money, because we didn't have jobs, so she gave us the money to go buy her things, and then she kept them forever. And she would be so devastated when something broke, and I am the absolute same way. If you break my trinkets and stuff, that is going to hurt me more than you breaking my expensive perfume or some shit like that, because I am just like her. I am my mother's daughter when it comes to keepsakes and things like that. But I noticed a lot of those keepsakes that I kept were holding a lot of unnecessary memories from that time period. And so, baby, I just went to throwing shit away left and right. It was almost like I was trying to erase a time period. Say, for example, and I pick and choose what I throw away. Say, for example, when I found out I was pregnant with my son in 2012, I was in denial about that because, for one, I wanted a baby. I wanted him so bad, and I didn't think I could have kids. So by 2012, I had really given up the thought of having kids. I even gave away the name that I had for him if I ever had a child. I had his name already, and I gave that name to my nephew, and I cherish it with all my heart. And then after I gave him his name, 5 years later, I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, okay, cool. I thought of a girl's name. Nope. Not only are you pregnant, but you're pregnant with a boy. Are you fucking for real? So now I have to try to find another name. So I ended up calling my son Xavier. It was the second favorite name that I had, and I didn't put too much thought in it. Boom, Xavier. And he looks like an Xavier now, so it fits him. But I kept all 7 pregnancy tests that I took when I found out I was pregnant with him because I was in denial. I was like, nah, not really. God, for real? I'm finna have a baby. It's a boy. So stop playing with me. But not only did I have a boy, but I have 2 boys and a little girl. So I kept all of his pregnancy tests, and I have their pregnancy tests, and I even have the journal that I used to write in, my pregnancy diary, where I used to have these weird ass dreams that I felt like I was having a boy before the doctors even told me. And my family, the way that I carried him, they all were like, "You're having a girl. You're having a girl." And I was like, "Nuh-uh, I'm having a boy. I'm telling y'all." But they didn't believe me until I popped out with a boy. And so I kept all of that, right? But what I threw away was a lot of nonsense from that time period, old clothes and stuff like that. I threw that away. Recently, I lost over 100 pounds on a GLP-1. Clap, clap, clap sound effects. Yay, me, right? So I look at the clothes and I'm like, okay, they're not that bad. They're baggy, loose. Kind of looks like it's swallowing my neck up a little bit, but it's still, good enough to wear around the house. And I would put some of those clothes on and I would just feel awful because it reminded me of when I wasn't really happy with myself. I put that shit in the trash so damn fast. And so now I have 4 pairs of sweatpants, every novelty shirt that Walmart sold, and 2 pairs of Crocs. And that is my life right now. And I think I have some tights. like my yoga pants. That is my life. That is it. So if heaven forbid I get asked out on a date, I'm like, where are we going? Because do I need to put on the black sweatpants or the gray ones? Because that's about all I have going on for me right now. And to be honest, I'm not really interested and buying any more damn new clothes. I hate clothes shopping because I'd rather be comfortable, and I do everything from home. I was literally working from home. My kids are homeschool, and a lot of times I don't even want to go to the grocery store, especially with my back being fucked up now. So groceries get delivered. Where am I going? But in the next breath, I tell my kids, if you don't just get and put your shit on based off of the lifestyle we have right now, you'll never wear your stuff because we don't go anywhere. So just put that shit on. It's not even a big deal. But that was one of the things that really helped me get organized. I got so organized that I don't have shit but open space. So now I'm trying to figure out, trying to build that shit back up. But what I would used to do, I'm one of those people. When you get organized, I need everything to get organized with. I mean, I bought the bins. I have the journals and the planners and all of that good stuff. And really, I don't even need all of those journals and planners. I just need a sheet of paper and open space, because once I get that thought down, that's the organization I need. And as far as that planner, I need a bell for me to even remember to look at the damn planner, because it's real out of sight, out of mind. So if it's not in my face yelling at me to do something, I will write that shit down and walk the fuck off and forget that I have a whole strategic plan waiting for me to execute, and I'm over here struggling trying to wing this shit. So I need some help. And one of my favorite shows to watch is Hoarders. Do you guys watch Hoarders? I'm low-key one of them, and then I'm not, because in the next breath, I will be like a tornado throwing shit away. But then I'm over here like, don't touch my stuff. I need that. And then I have to explain to you why I need that. And then on the outside looking in, you don't think I need that, but I have gave you my whole ADHD list of why I need said product and how I don't need you to throw it away. And I promise you, it's going to come in handy. And what's so hilarious is I have things that I've actually bought a few years ago that I didn't purpose at the time, and it'll just sit there. And then bam, I have something that I needed for it. I'm like, I told you I was going to need that. So it's almost like you don't necessarily need something to put your stuff in. You just need a way to get that thought out, and then you'd be able to execute it. So that's something that I want to get into. Like, how do you organize things? How do you get your thoughts out of your head and into the world? Because what I've done over the past 30 days, I have taken every single project that I have ever written down and thought about, and I've managed to execute that shit over 5 weeks. And I know people are like, how the fuck are you doing that? And I'm like, you just don't even know. This is years worth of writing shit down, trying to organize my thoughts. And then I finally just so happened to have gotten everything together at once. So it's like, what am I waiting for? Yeah, I launched that book today. I'm going to launch the book tomorrow, because what are you waiting for? Once you get your thoughts together and you have, a way to get that out, all you got to do is do it. Like, there's nothing stopping you from pressing record or, putting that book out there. And one thing that I've noticed, that I've learned with my journey, especially through social media, you don't want to put yourself in a category where you're trying to force yourself to be something you're not. You want to find your people. Find your tribe, and then focus on that. And that's what I was able to do. And just how, whatever the hell I just said, may not feel like organizational talk, I can guarantee you all of that tied very correctly in my brain. And if you think about it, once you find your group and you kind of see how they're able to organize things, then that'll help push you in the direction that you want to be in. Especially with somebody like me, I don't have a lot of support. And so social media has been a huge support system when it comes to things that I'm trying to do. So believe it or not, you need some type of support system, whether they're in your face or out of your face. Find that support system and then start from there. And then watching what they do will help you kind of structure yourself a little bit better. And then you'll have a better execution of what you're trying to do. So I really hope that makes sense. And I hope you guys got something out of that, because right now, I have lots of little piles on my floor. I call them "I will get to you later" piles, meaning each pile has a reason for it, being there. And then each pile serves a purpose. And I will walk past that pile and grab something out of it because I know that I need it. Like, organization doesn't necessarily come from boxes. Your thoughts need to be organized. Your words need to be organized. There needs to be some type of structure for you to even execute things. I even need structure for my structure. That's how much I cannot wing things. Like, I will spiral all over the place, just like this podcast. I will spiral and then end up back to what the hell I was originally talking about, because that's how I organize things. I can't go from point A to point B without going to point B, point 5 and C, point 5 and making all of that connect to make it make sense. Organization isn't just about, placing things here in a pretty manner. Everybody is chaotic and crazy and need their own type of structure. And that's why having a community that's kind of structurally minded the way that you are will help you structure things in your life better. And so that's how all of this kind of plays out. You need like an example of what you should do. And that's why you kind of need to get out there and just see what other people are doing in the same position that you're doing. And then you guys kind of feed off of each other. So like what I'm doing right now, I'm basically letting you guys know what it took for me to even get up and press record. Like, I'm nervous than a bitch right now. I find myself babbling about nonsense to you guys, but it really makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that it makes sense to somebody else who feel like their brain tends to babble all over the place and that there's no structure. It's not that you don't have structure. You just need a way to articulate that. And sometimes it's good to find something or someone who can help you articulate your words, because I used to think that I felt very unintelligent because I couldn't articulate a lot of things. And it's like, you're not intelligent. The thought is in your head, or you wouldn't be able to say what you're trying to say. It's just there's a disconnect from that thought in your head and coming out of your mouth. So you know exactly what you want to do. It's just that the ideas come so fast that you can't articulate them. So you kind of need that little bit of help. And I was glad that I was able to find that in my social media communities with other people that I'm dealing with. So it's get out there, find your tribe. Don't do this alone. Listen to me. Come back to my podcast because I have a lot of shit going on and I'm going to talk to you guys about it. So thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys soon.